Hey guys, welcome back. I'm your host at the Dose of Truth, Mike. I've got another article. Scientists revive a zombie virus frozen for 48,500 years in ice. They learned it could still infect other cells. From a horror movie plot to real life, scientists have revived ancient zombie viruses from permafrost and discovered they could still infect living single celled amoebas. The chances of these viruses infecting animals or humans are unclear, but the researchers say permafrost viruses should be considered a public health threat. Permafrost is a layer of soil that remains frozen year round, at least it used to. Before human activities started raising global temperatures, it covers 15% of land in the Northern Hemisphere. Because of climate change, though, permafrost is thawing rapidly, unearthing a host of ancient relics from viruses and bacteria to woolly mammoths and impeccably preserved cave bear. Climate change has caused significant damage to the planet, including the thawing of permafrost, which has released ancient viruses and bacteria that were frozen for thousands of years. The recent discovery of zombie viruses that can still infect living single celled amoebas has raised concern among scientists about the potential risks to public health. This, the challenge is Permafrost is a layer of soil that remains frozen year round and covers 15% of land in the Northern Hemisphere. However, due to climate change, permafrost is thawing rapidly, revealing ancient relics such as viruses, bacteria, woolly mammoths, and even perfectly preserved cave bear. French professor Jean-Michel Claverie discovered strains of the 48,000-year-old virus from a few permafrost sites in Siberia, and the oldest strain, dating back 48,500 years, came from a sample of soil from an underground lake, while the youngest samples were 27,000 years old. One of the young samples was discovered in the carcass of a woolly mammoth. As climate change warms the Arctic, thawing permafrost could release ancient viruses that haven't been in contact with living things for thousands of years, leading to a potential public health threat. Plants, animals, and humans might lack immunity to these viruses. Birgitta Irvingard, a professor emerita at Umeå University's Department of Clinical Microbiology in Sweden, said, "If there is a virus hidden in the permafrost that we have not been in contact with for thousands of years, it might be that our immune defenses are not sufficient." Claverie has been publishing research on zombie viruses since 2014 and revived several new strains of these viruses, finding that each one could still infect cultured amoebas, which should be regarded as a concerning public health threat. These amoeba infecting viruses can be seen as surrogates for all other possible viruses that might be in the permafrost. Therefore, if the amoeba viruses are still alive, there is no reason why other viruses will not be still alive and capable of infecting their own hosts. Thawing permafrost poses a significant challenge to public health, but the scientific community can take preventative measures to avoid potential risks. Scientists could conduct more research on the viruses and bacteria hidden in the permafrost to assess the potential risks to humans and animals. The World Health Organization and other public health organizations should also be involved in the research to help determine the appropriate measures to take to prevent the spread of these viruses. International policies should be implemented to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the effects of climate change. Governments should also take steps to protect permafrost areas and prevent the thawing of permafrost. For instance, building infrastructure to protect areas of permafrost, such as cooling systems, could help prevent the thawing of permafrost. The discovery of zombie viruses in permafrost has raised concerns about potential public health threats. Thawing permafrost can release ancient viruses that can infect living beings, and humans and animals may lack immunity to them. The scientific community needs to conduct more research on these viruses and bacteria to assess the potential risks and determine preventative measures to protect public health. Governments should also take steps to protect permafrost areas and prevent the thawing of permafrost by implementing international policies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the effects of climate change. One of the challenges that arise from the discovery of zombie viruses is the difficulty in predicting their behavior and potential impact on public health. As such, there is need for an increased collaboration between the scientific community, public health organizations, and governments to develop a coordinated response to this emerging threat. One potential solution to this challenge is the establishment of a global surveillance system to monitor the spread of these viruses and identify potential outbreaks. This system could involve the collection of environmental samples from permafrost areas and other locations at risk of virus release, as well as the development of new tools for virus detection and characterization. Another possible solution is the development of vaccines and other preventative measures to protect against these viruses. Scientists can use the knowledge gained from studying zombie viruses to develop new treatments and vaccines for both known and unknown viruses. Addressing the root cause of permafrost thawing, which is climate change, is crucial in preventing the release of these viruses. Governments must take decisive action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and implement policies to mitigate the effects of climate change. The discovery of zombie viruses highlights the potential risks posed by the thawing permafrost and the need for a coordinated global response to this emerging threat. By conducting more research, developing surveillance systems, and implementing preventative measures, we can mitigate the risks and protect public health from this and other potential viral threats. In the last 10 years, several ancient viruses have been discovered in the permafrost that have been frozen for thousands of years. One of the most notable is the zombie virus, discovered by the French professor Jean-Michel Claverie, which we just went over, which can still infect single-celled amoebas. Other viruses not stated previously found in the permafrost include a 30,000-year-old giant virus discovered in Siberia in 2015 and a 15,000-year-old virus discovered in Canada in 2014. These viruses pose a potential threat to public health as they may have been dormant for thousands of years, and humans and animals may lack immunity to them. All right, guys, that's all I got right now. As always, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.